Hey guys, it's Miss Leonard. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're staying safe and making healthy choices and decisions and everything that you're doing. I hope you're also staying caught up on all of your schoolwork. I know you're not in the classroom, but it doesn't mean that you can't still learn. Okay, this week we're going to be working on multiplication and what it really is. I know we've been doing multiplication tables for practice, but we also have to pay attention to what it really is and what it looks like before it gets to bigger numbers next year in fourth grade. So we're going to be looking at arrays this week, and I'm going to show you what that is, exactly what it is. I know multiplication is repeated addition, and our second grade brain wants us to create addition sentences or just do repeated addition, 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus. But as third graders, we have to start thinking about multiplication as an easier and faster way. Okay, our brain has to see it a little differently. Okay, so today we're going to be working on arrays. Here I have an example. Okay, so here, these are some leftover candies that I had from Easter. Okay, so here's an array. Okay, this is an array because I have columns. Columns go up and down. Column, column, column. All of these are columns. Okay, and then I have rows that go side to side. Rows go side to side. Okay, now this is repeated addition because how many do I have in this first row? I have 3. How many do I have in this row? I have 3. And how many do I have in this row? I have 3. So my second grade brain wants to do something like this. 3 plus 3 plus 3. Okay, so if I add these all together, 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 3, 6 plus 3 is going to be 9. Okay, so that's my second grade brain. And although that's correct, we got to start thinking as third graders. So if I come back over here, okay, I'm going to start by counting my rows. Okay, I'm going to count 1 row, 2, 3. I have 3 rows. Okay, so that's going to be my first number that I write over here for my equation. Now, I also have 1, 2, 3 in each row. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So in each row I have 3. So I'm going to do times 3. This is my number of rows. And this number is the number inside the row. So the number in each row. Okay. So if I do 3 times 3, my answer is going to be 9. All right, so let's try a different example. All right, here is a different array. So as you can see, it looks different. There's different candies in it, but that doesn't matter, okay? Because in total, I'm trying to figure out my total number of candies. Okay, whether it's a Kiss or a Musketeer, they're still candies. Okay, so here we go again. We have repeated addition. I have 1, 2 in this row. I have 1, 2 in this row. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so I can say 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, which is a second grade thinking, but because we're third graders, we have to see this as an array. Okay, I'm going to start by counting my rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 4 rows, so I'm going to come over to my whiteboard and I'm going to write 4. Now I need to say how many are in each row. Well, I know there's 2, 2, 2, and 2. So I'm going to write times 2. And what is 4 times 2? 8. So is there a total of 8 candies in my array? 2, 4, 6, 8. Yep, it's 8. So this one was this array. Let's try a different one. All right. So here is our next example. These are jelly beans. Remember, these are just my leftover Easter candies. So I have here, and I hope you're already thinking of it in your head, like you should start seeing the rows and then start counting how many are in each row. Okay, so I can tell that I have 1 row, 2, 3 rows. So I have 3 rows going across, so I'm going to write 3. Now I need to figure out how many are inside each row. Does it look like I have to count every single row? Or can I just count 1 row and I can tell that all the rows have the same thing? Right, I can tell all the rows have the same amount. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so then I'm just going to do 3 times 5. So 3 times 5 is 15. Okay, let's try another one. All right, guys, here is going to be our last example. Now, once again, we're going to start with our rows, and then we're going to count the number of jelly beans inside of just 1 row. Okay, so I have 1 row, 2, remember rows go across, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 rows. Now, how many jelly beans do I have inside of 1 row? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I'm not going to count every row because by looking at this array, I can tell that every row has the same amount. Now, you hear that keyword, every row? Every is telling us multiplication, repeated addition, because every row is the same. Okay, every row has the same amount. So now I figured out my rows has 6. I have 6 rows, and then inside of them there's 4 pieces. What does my equation look like? I have 6 rows, and inside each one there's 4 pieces. So that means my answer is, okay. Now guys, I can figure out my product, the answer to my multiplication problem, really fast because I know my math facts. It's really important that you continue to practice them at home so that you remember them fast and quickly. Okay, because if we're still drawing out little things, little dots and things of that nature, it's going to get harder next year in 4th grade. Okay, so in the next few slides, you're going to have an array, something like this, and you're going to have to figure out what the answers, what the equation would look like. Okay, remember you're going to do the row times the number of inside of that row. Okay, best of luck.